auditioning.
Yes, yeah? That time I knew which part I was auditioning for. Yeah.
And what did you do to prepare yourself for the audition?
Oh God, you know, it's interesting. I kind of did something I don't really understand, but I think I just went to a different place inside, and I understood this woman. I didn't look at her as the evil queen Disney from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I looked at her as a very conflicted woman who had a lot of pain, who was very angry and felt like there was something taken from her. I knew that she lost someone from the pilot episode. I had a dream that someone died, and this is why she became this way. And they didn't write that episode until I think 17 or 18. So when I told Adam and Eddie, I said, she lost someone died, and that this is what's turned her this. And he goes, how did you know this? And I said, I dreamt it. And they said, okay, you're in our heads. And I said, I guess so. So I think I was just always meant to play this part. I really think that, you know, villains can get really stuck and trapped in a tone that is very singular. And I think when you're playing a villain, you really, really have to show the many, many sides and colors to understand the why they are the way they are.
It's intense to hear. I can ask a lot of questions about Once Upon a Time.
I keep talking. I don't know what happened. I was literally in a coma for 45 minutes. They were just shaking me to wake me up, and I was like, now I'm like, blah, 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 blah.
I can confirm. In the green room, you were just laying.
You're sorry.
Yeah,
no one could wake me up. I was passed out cold. They thought I was dead. But clearly I'm not. Hi.
Maybe we can do some questions.
Let's do some questions.
Yeah, because they probably have much better questions than me.
No, you're wonderful. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you.
Hey, I actually also wanted to give you something, not something I bought, I made it myself, just 2 bracelets. Can I just give them?
Well,
yes, you know, you can give them to either someone next to you,
okay,
or at the autograph table when I'm there.
Alright,
Thank
and
you.
my question is, what character do you relate to the most? Is your personality like the most, but it cannot be a character you have played?
Oh God.
Good question.
Myself. You know, that's going to take some thinking. I don't think I can answer that question right away. I'm not sure. I don't know, a character that's...
Is there any other fairy tale you would have loved to play besides the Evil Queen?
No, I mean, honestly, I really loved Ursula, even though I don't relate to her, but she is a wonderful villain. But anything Disney related, there's really nothing. I would probably say someone super powerful and I don't know, maybe the Queen of Dragons or something from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
all right,
I would love to see you. Well, thank you for the question. And for all the other questions, just know we love the questions, but we can't accept gifts, hugs, or anything, even though it's very nice to hear. So,
you know, I can receive them energetically. Thank you.
Hi, so I was wondering, my mom absolutely loves you and she's the biggest fan of Once Upon a Time. And I was wondering, I love Lincoln Lawyer a bit more, so I was wondering, which did you like better, Once Upon a Time or the Lincoln Lawyer, or what was your favorite memory of that?
Well, you know, it's hard because, first of all, I'm not a person that has a lot of favorites, you know, because every experience is so unique in so many different ways. I would say playing Lisa from Lincoln Lawyer was very refreshing in the sense that I felt like I can just be myself more. I felt like she was more relaxed and, you know, kind of flirty and fun. And but the Evil Queen and Regina, I played those characters for 7 years. There's nothing that can compare to that. The length of time of telling the story, you know, compared to 10 episodes on a television series. Was it 10 or 13 episodes? 10. There's really no comparing. I grew as an artist playing the Queen, Regina, so And I think with every role I play, I grow. But I would have to go with the Queen.
Thank you so much.
Well, now I want to know, what's the biggest difference that you noticed in yourself in those 7 years? Starting with Regina and ending with Regina.
I mean, I became a director, I became a better actor, I made mistakes and I learned from them. My ability to kind of process, character development and how quickly I can look at something, it's like anything. If you play an instrument for 7 years, you're going to be much better at playing piano in 7 years than you were in the first year. So it's very much like this. It's an instrument, right? You're the instrument, and so the more you do something, the easier it becomes.
Your own strings.
Yeah, it becomes easier, but it also becomes more complex and really dynamic in so many different ways.
Nice. And let's go to the next one.
Hello. Is it? Oh, so my question is also about the Lincoln Lawyer.
Alright.
So when you joined the cast,
A bit more into the microphone.
I'm not talking.
There goes.
That's better. Right, there we go. Okay, so when you joined the cast, did you get all the scripts at once?
I need you to speak into the microphone. I can't hear you, Begs. When I joined the cast?
Yeah, when you joined the cast, did you get all the scripts at once?
No, I did not get all the scripts at once.
Okay, because that was my next question. You answered the next bit, so that's fine. So when you started reading through, what were your thoughts on Lisa as a person? Because I personally knew there wasn't something quite right about her, if that makes sense.
Yes, so it does make sense. In fact, the writers, before we even started filming, had a dinner with me and they told me my character's arc from beginning to end. And for those who haven't seen Lincoln Lawyer, I'm not going to spoil it, but there is a twist. And the twist, I was having a very difficult time with it. I didn't like it. I think in not liking this twist, it helped me play against it, which I think served the character and the confusion of whether, did she do it or did she not do it? And so I was able to cover in a way that really confused a lot of people, because they actually ended up liking her a lot and rooting for her. And I think a lot of people who watched the show wanted the two characters together, Lisa and Mickey, to be an item. So that was my main goal, that's what I always fought for. And then the twist was their twist, and there was nothing I could do about it. But as you can see at the end, it's still sort of an open ending. And I'm glad they left it that way, because I played it that way for a reason.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for the question. On to the next one.
Hi Lana.
Hello, darling.
It's great to see you again. I was also in Paris last weekend to
Thank
see
you.
So
Thank
happy
you.
you're here again now. So my question is, what is your favorite moment with Bex? Like any moment you really treasure or share together?
My favorite moment with Bex?
Yes.
Oh my God. I think maybe when we have our sleepovers. Rebecca Mader she plays the Wicked Witch, she plays my sister Once Upon a Time, and I was talking about friendships and how they grow and develop when you work together, and what a gift it is. A lot of people in the industry, when you work together, you say, okay, let's have lunch, and you never see each other again. So I think Rebecca and I, because of these conventions, have had the opportunity to really, invest in our friendship, and we traveled the world together. And, like this last weekend in Paris, even though she had a hotel, I said, come stay with me. So we just feel really like family, and her children love me, I love her children. So I think every moment together is a blessing to have with her. She and I are very close, and I will know her for the rest of my days. and I know she feels the same. So every moment with her is wonderful and fun and silly, and we laugh. She says I'm one of the, between Sean and I think we're the two funniest people she knows, which is great, because I think for people that know the three of us, they're more the clowns, but my humor is more private and behind closed doors. I don't act as funny and silly and goofy as they do in public, but behind closed doors, she knows my humor.
Thank you. And another quick question. You were just talking about Broadway and theater. Would you happen to know which character, musical theater character I'm cosplaying as right now?
Yeah, it's really hard to... Oh, all right, sorry.
I can't really hear you, but I am a little concerned. No, I just want to be mindful because we're only really allowed to ask one question, and there's a lot of other people, and I want to be fair. I'm so sorry, darling.
No,
but maybe you can ask me at the autograph table if that's okay.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you. But I also one question. Have you guys ever done a reunion? Have you guys ever done a reunion from Once Upon a Time?
Yeah, I mean, Sean and Rebecca and I get together frequently. Yeah. You know, some of the girls are a little bit scattered, like Kristen I'm going to see soon, and Maren, and then Vic, who I love so much. She lives in, she lives in Europe, so it's really hard to see everybody. But I think the group, the people that have stayed close, there's not many of us, but the ones that have are very special to me.
So hello, Lana. I was also at Paris Convention last week, and it was the first time I saw you, so thank you for everything again. And I have a question. If you have an artist that inspires you like very well, who is this?
There's so many actresses that inspire me. Oh my Lord. God, I love Glenn Close. I love Rachel Weisz. I love, God, I can see her face, Titanic, and I can't even say her name. My brain still is a coma. From phenomenal actress.
From which movie?
From Titanic.
Kate Winslet?
Thank you, Winslet. I love her. I love, my God, there's so many. Tilda Swinton. I love Toni Collette. There's so many. Honestly, I admire many actors, and then not just women, but a lot of men too. You know, Gary Oldman's probably one of my favorite actors. Benicio del Toro. I wish I could marry him. I don't know how that would work, but it's great fantasy. He's an amazing actor.
What a great taste. Glenn Close, Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, I know. There's so many. I mean, there's so many great talent out there. I mean, yeah, I admire a lot of people. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Kate Winslet, I think, is just phenomenal.
She's insane.
She's wonderful. Yeah, she's wonderful.
Hi, Lana.
Hi.
You once said on a panel that you did read Swan Queen fan fictions, and I wanted to ask if you remember which one it was and what it was about.
Only the first part of your question. Could you repeat it?
You once said that you read Swan Queen fan fictions.
You once said you read tons of fan...
I've read a Swan Queen fan fiction.
Yes.
I don't remember which one. I flipped through them. There's a lot. I have to be honest with you. Once Upon a Time took up 7 years of my life. For you guys, it was an episode each time. For me, each episode was 9 days and about 120 to 150 hours, maybe even more per episode. So, for me, I really try to step away from anything that is Once Upon a Time, because I feel like I've given so much of my life to Once Upon a Time that I want to experience and explore other things that aren't connected to it. But some of the fan fiction that I read, it's in bits and pieces, and it was so long ago, and it was during the series. And if I can't remember Kate Winslet's name, I'm definitely not going to remember the fan fiction book. But I have to be honest, because a lot of people say, did you read that? Did you see? And it's hard for me because I lived it, you know, for so long, you know. It's kind of like whatever job you do, how often do you go back and read all those things and try to dive back in? I think when you step away from your job, you want to experience life in a different way, right? It's the same thing for me. But I am inspired by the art that has come out of Once Upon a Time, the fan fictions from all the Queen and Swan Queen and all the ships and Captain Swan and Robin Queen, whatever, you know, all those ones that the art, my God, the amount of paintings and drawings and music and stories. I think it's phenomenal, and I encourage everyone to continue to be creative, because the creativity is why we're here. We're meant to be creative people. So, you know, forgive me for not reading every fan fiction, but I can tell you right now I won't be able to. But
thanks for the question. Let's go through. Maybe we can do the last people here, because we're almost through the time right now.
We put questions together. Our question for you is, outside of acting, what kind of hobbies do you have, or what kind of questions?
So outside of acting, there's so many things. I mean, honestly, I did play a doctor a couple of times, and I feel like that field is something I would have loved to have gone into. I think I would have been a wonderful doctor. I think mostly because my heart is really big and I care about people deeply. But I also love science, and I love exploring new worlds. So marine biology has always been something that I'm fascinated by. You know, going back and doing stuff like that is probably not going to happen at my age. But if I could start over, I might explore those two professions. If I could be 14 again, I may have done that. But I was meant to do this, and so here we are. Very blessed.
Thank you. Eliza Taylor said the same thing, marine biologist, this morning. Very specific. It's really nice.
It's a world that's so unknown, and, you know, I mean, it's known, but like, not explored enough.
You want to be an explorer?
Yeah.
Hello, what was it like to direct one episode of Once?
I'm sorry, can you say it one more time? More into the mic?
What was it like to direct like an episode of Once Upon a Time?
What was it like to direct an episode of Once Upon a Time?
Oh my God, it was phenomenal. I loved it so much. You know, I think directing, and Rebecca keeps saying you need to do it, and I think that directing is something I really do enjoy, and it's something I would love to do more of. She keeps, because I did Rebecca's last big episode, it made it even more special. I think knowing her as well as I did, I was able to bring out sides of her that no one has seen. A vulnerable side in her that was really just so beautiful. And working with my crew and having the support and love that I had from everyone, included from all the camera guys, from every single department. Being on a show that was that big and you have that much money to play, it makes it hard to go and do a small short film. But I loved it. And I feel like my aunt, who knows me my whole life, said you were born to direct. You've been bossing everyone around since you were a child. So, you know, I feel like it's definitely in my wheelhouse, and I probably should invest more time into it.
Thank you. Let's go on to the next one.
Hi Lana.
Hi.
Big Once Upon a Time fan. I really loved the musical episode, and I was wondering what you guys did to prepare yourself for that.
We had singing lessons, and I had a big dance number, so I was dancing a lot, which I loved. I liked being challenged like this, you know. It's like I want to play some sort of athlete or like a boxer or like a swimmer or something like this in a film, because I love being able to step into something that I don't normally do all the time and rise to the occasion. And so the musical episode challenged me and actually pushed me out of my comfort zone, and I had to sing in front of people I normally would never do, and I had to get over whatever fright and fear that I had around it, you know, and there was a lot, but my hands were tied. It was like, nope, you're doing this. So it was fantastic, and I wish we had more musical episodes because it was so fun. I haven't really listened to the songs anymore. It's like I said, when you live and breathe something for so long, for so many years, for so many hours, you kind of have to step away from it and enjoy your life for a little bit. So I'd like to do a different musical if possible.
Thank you so much. It's our sing-along song to sing in the car.
I love that.
We only have like 3 or 4 minutes left, so...
All right, let's try to get through these. I'll be quick.
Let's go.
Hi, Lana.
Hi.
I have a question about Vitamin Peel.
Yes.
Can you share one of your fondest memories working on Vitamin Peel?
Oh, sorry, can you say it one more?
I need you to speak like close to the microphone.
Can you share one of your most fondest memories working on Vitamin Peel?
My favorite memories, honestly, were working with all the actors. Everyone got along so well. Like I said earlier, we're still really good friends. A lot of us were theater trained, and I think when you're theater trained and you know you're at that level of professionalism, there's a camaraderie that is built that is undeniable, and all of us were just really loving and supporting one another the entire time, and that's something you don't get to experience a lot, and so it was really nice to be in that environment.
Thank you.
No, thank you. To the next one.
Hi. I was wondering if you have any advice for aspiring actors.
Yes, I mean, I would encourage everyone to study, you know, don't focus on becoming famous, really learn your craft, and start in theater, because that's the best training.
All right, thank you.
Hi Lana.
Hi.
Hi. I had a question for you.
Yes.
I am a young adult, and my question was, what for advice would you give me?
What for advice would you give?
A young adult.
Oh, what kind of advice would she give to a young adult?
Yes.
Put your phones down and go outside and go for walks in the park. Leave your phone at home.
Yes.
Yes. Amazing.
Get off a dating app and go meet people.
Okay.
Truly, like truly, it's an awful and wonderful device, but it has totally corrupted our minds on so many levels that we're still trying to understand. And I just say, you know, put your phones down and take a look around. There's so much beauty in this world right in front of your eyes.
I agree. Thank you.
Of course. Now I just want to point at people in the audience and say, put your phone down.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. My question is, if you can choose in Once Upon a Time, would you rather choose the evil side or the good side?
If you could choose one more time in Once Upon a Time, would you choose the evil side or the good side? Right? Yeah.
If I could kill either side?
No. Would you choose the good side or the bad side?
Or which side did I enjoy playing most?
No, which one you would rather choose?
Or keep?
No, rather choose.
Choose
So if
to
you
be.
could choose in Once Upon a Time, would you rather be evil or be good?
You know, the great thing about that, the two sides, is in episode, what is it, 616 or something like this, 614, is that she embraced both sides. So, she's mad at me. Listen, but it's true. What was it? What? So, say something else, come back.
She just watched like season 1. Season 1.
Oh! Okay, well, don't worry.
You're still evil.
Then you haven't, no, don't worry. I didn't spoil anything for you. But I will say, if we're in season 1, I would like to play the bad side.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, we're about to wrap it up, so thank you for being here, everybody.
Thank you guys, it's so lovely to be here.
Give it up for
Truly.
Lana Parrilla.
Thank you so much and I'll see you out there. Ciao.
Thank you. En mocht jij nou andere vragen hebben, een fotootje of een handtekening willen of een meet and greet, het kan allemaal. Ga hier links even naartoe. Daar staat een prachtig